Hello students, Namaste. I hope you all are safe and healthy and taking care of yours and your family members also. I am Dr. Sushma Katade, Department of Chemistry, Modern College of Arts, Science and Commerce, Ganeshkhin, Pune. Students, with this video lectures, I will be going to cover your environmental and green chemistry portion of TYBSc first term. So today we will start chapter number 1, concepts and scope of environmental chemistry. So let me introduce before starting the actual chapter number 1. In this course you have total 6 chapter which carries total 50 marks. Students, you have total 50 marks for each theory paper in TYBSc, out of which total 10 marks will be allotted for internal assessment and 40 marks is having a university examination which is at the end of semester. These are the reference books you can refer for additional information. So your chapter number 1 is concepts and scope of environmental chemistry. Students, this chapter is divided into 4 main sections. In the first section, we will study the introduction, concept of the environmental chemistry and scope. And we will study the different terminologies which are very important to know about the definitions and the importance of all this terminology. For example, what is meant by the pollutant, contaminant, source, receptor, what is meant by the sink and the others terminology. Then after know the terminology, you must know the units of concentration because these are very important to calculate the concentration of the pollutants in liquid samples, in gaseous samples and in solid samples. Then we will be going to study the different segments of environment like atmospheric, then hydrosphere, lithosphere and biosphere. Now what is meant by the pollutant? Pollutant is any component in the environment that can be either foreign substances or naturally occurring contaminants which is harmful to the human, plant and elements. So all of you know how we can face nowadays different pollutants in an environment. All of you know carbon monoxide is the pollutant is because of the incomplete combustion. Then nitrogen oxide is a common pollutant which is formed due to a fossil fuel burning. Then sulfur dioxide or the sulfuric acid which is present in the acid rain. Then different particular matter which are sooty flame which is less than if 10 micron, it is very much toxic. Then all of you know the harmfulness of the ozone layer. Then what is meant by the contaminant? Contaminant is a material which does not occur in nature but it is introduced by the human activity in environment which is affecting the environmental compositions. For example, due to various plastic production, you know nowadays we face this contaminant. Then all of you know two accident which is chlorine gas leak in Florida, then methyl isocyanate that is MIC gas leak in Union Carbide factory in Bhopal in 1984 which killed several thousand people in surrounding area. Now what is meant by the source? Source is a place or substance from where a pollutant originate. For example, all of you know oxides of sulfur are the source which is due to the combustion of coal. Then another examples, urban sewage which is a source of organic matter in river. Then we know the lead is a combustion because of the leaded gasoline. Then next terminology is a receptor. What is meant by the receptor? It is anything, any matter that is affected adversely by pollutant. For example, this due to the primary pollutant and secondary pollutant, because of this gases are formed from a human activity, this will be converted into a dangerous pollutant. So this man is a receptor for photochemical smog, which causes irritation of a eye or respiratory tract. So in this case, here is the man is a receptor, okay, and due to which you will face a lot of problem with this photochemical smog. Then plant can also be a receptor of oxides of sulfur. They die on the excess of exposure. We can see these infected plants also, okay. Then students, what is meant by the sink? Sink is a medium that retain and interact with a long-lived chemical species, which is due to often occur due to pollutant. Now all of you know this color difference nowadays you observed with this Taj Mahal. So this is due to again a pollutant. Okay, now this sculpture you can also observe how the erosion takes place. So this is because the marble structure is due to the acid rain will get converted into calcium sulfate and evolved of the CO2 gas, and this marble structure now in this case acts as a sink because of this atmospheric H2SO4. Now we can say nowadays ocean acts as a sink due to the atmospheric CO2, which is absorbed and retained as a dissolved bicarbonate and carbonate. So this is when this carbon dioxide is dissolved in water, it will be in the form of the bicarbonate or carbonate, and ocean now acts as a sink. Now there are the different pathway because of the source and receptor. So it is nothing but the mechanism by which pollutant is distributed from its source into various segments of environment. So due to the source and receptor, there are some pathway. We can say the lead pathway is because of this tetraethyl lead in a gasoline. When it is exhaust from automobile industry, you will see that this lead bromide is released in air, and after that it will be settled down in the soil, and then it absorbed by the plant, and in this way we will get this food crop or the food chain will disturb. Okay, so this is the pathway of lead. Now similarly there is a mercury pathway. How this mercury from the pollutant or from the human being activity, it will be transferred into a plant. We can see this mechanism. Organomercury compounds as a fungicides, we are used as a fertilizers. Then this are dressed into a seeds. Then after sowing, this mercury compound is retained in a soil and automatically it will be in a plant. Now what is meant by the speciation? What is the speciation? It is a chemical species of pollutant element in an environment. For example, this mercury pollutant is in the form of different species because of oxidation, adsorption, then distortion, then reduction in ocean. Okay. Then another speciations are the arsenic. This arsenic pollutant is in the form of inorganic species like arsenite, which is very toxic. Okay. Then we'll see what is meant by the dissolved oxygen. It is very important terminology. Dissolved oxygen is the amount of oxygen present in dissolved state of water. It is expressed in milligram of O2 per liter, or it is ppm unit. This dissolved level of unpolluted water is 4 to 6 pm, optimum value of good water quantity and healthy for the aquatic life. Dissolved level of aerated water is 7 ppm. Students, you know the optimum value of this dissolved oxygens is responsible for the aquatic life. These are the different milligram per liter dissolved oxygen must require for this aquatic life. Then next terminology is COD and BOD. This is chemically oxygen demand, biological oxygen demand. What is chemical oxygen demand? It is the amount of chemically available oxygen required for complete oxidation of organic matter in polluted water sample. And what is biochemical dissolved oxygen demand? It is amount of oxygen consumed in biodegradation of organic matter in polluted water during period of 5 days. This polluted water, it has a higher COD value. For drinking water, it is a good when the COD value should be near about the 4 ppm. This COD is expressed in ppm of O2. Similarly, BOD can also explain in ppm of O2. The COD is determined by carrying out the chemical oxidation of water sample by using potassium dichromate in 50% of H2SO4. Now, what is the level of BOD in milligram per liter? This 1 to 2 milligram per liter BOD is good. 3 to 5 it is fair. Then 6 to 9 it is not, it is a polluted water, and more than 100 it is not, it is a very polluted water. Then BOD of a treated water is 25 ppm. If higher is the BOD value, more will be the polluted water. And if for the domestic sewages, BOD is more than 100 ppm. Now, what is meant by the residence time and threshold limit value? This threshold limit value indicates permissible level of toxic pollutant in atmosphere to which a healthy industrial worker is exposed during an 8 hours day without any adverse effect. For example, this threshold limit value for barium is 0.002 milligram meter cube. Same for the zinc is 1.0 milligram per meter cube, and for NO2 it is 5 ppm permissible value. What is meant by the residence time? Residence time is the species which is the time for which the chemical species stays in the region of environment without undergoing any change in its chemical form. For example, what should be the residence time in troposphere, okay, which is the lowest region in atmosphere. So N2O is 10 years, NO2 it has 3 days, then this CFCl3 it should be less than 10 years, CF2Cl2 it is less than 30 years. Longer residence time indicates the inertness of the species towards the chemical and biochemical reactions. Thank you very much, students. In the next lectures, we'll see the different concentrations and units of this terminology. Thank you.